Hello, I welcome you all in this video lecture series on mineral metabolism. In this video lecture, we will discuss about iron. Human body contains about 3 to 5 gram of iron, of which about two-thirds is contained in the blood and the remainder is stored as a ferritin and as a hemosiderin in bone marrow, spleen and muscles. Most of the iron released on the destruction of RBC is reutilized for the hemoglobin formation. Iron as such do not carry out any function in the body. Most of the functions of the iron is exerts through its compounds in which it is present. Hemoglobin and myoglobin are required for the transport of oxygen and carbon dioxide in blood and muscle. It helps to deliver the oxygen inside the body. It maintains and keeps the energy level high. It is necessary for the electron transport chain and oxidative phosphorylation. It helps in normal growth of a brain and body. And peroxidase, the lysosomal enzyme, is required for phagocytosis and killing of bacteria by neutrophils. Iron is also associated with effective immunocompetence of the body. Adult man requires near about 10 mg per day. If there is a loss of blood through menstruation, then women require higher amount, and more higher amount is required when there is a pregnancy. Iron is widely distributed in foodstuffs. The rich source of iron is organ meat, whereas the good sources are leafy vegetables, pulses, cereals, fish, and apples. Iron is absorbed in a stomach, duodenum, and proximal jejunum through an active transport mechanism. Most of the foods contain ferric form of the ions, but the ferrous form of the ions is most soluble and it is readily absorbed. Let's see how the absorption of iron takes place and how the storage is carried out. That is known as ferrokinetics. Most food contains the ferric ions. Some of them also contain the ferrous form. When we consume such a food or iron, acidity inside the stomach reduces the ferric form into the ferrous form, and ferrous form is the most absorbable and soluble form. The ferrous form is then absorbed inside the mucosal cells. The ferrous form is converted to the ferric form with the help of ferrooxidase enzymes. This ferric form is combined with the apoferritin and forms ferritin. Ferritin is a storage form of the ions inside the mucosal cells. It is stored there till when it is not needed. Ferritin is a storage form of iron. When apoferritin is saturated with iron, the mucosal cell cannot further assimilate iron and a mucosal barrier is established. Ferritin releases iron into the circulating blood, which is bound to a glycoprotein beta-1 globulin known as transferrin. This transferrin then transported toward the bones where iron is used to make a hemoglobin for RBC synthesis. It is carried out to the storage depots like liver, spleen, bone marrow and stored as a ferritin and hemosiderin. This iron is also used to make myoglobin and other iron containing proteins. Quite a few of these mucosal cells which contains ferritin as a storage form of iron are discomated and lost into the lumen of the gut. Thus the body exerts a control over iron absorption through this mucosal barrier which is also called as ferritin curtain. Let's see what are the different factors affecting the iron absorption. Acidity, ascorbic acid and cysteine promote iron absorption. When there is a deficiency of the iron, like in the anemia, ab iron absorption is increased near about to 2 to 10 times than the normal. The small peptides and the amino acids favors the iron uptake. Phytates and oxalates that present inside the food interfere with the iron absorption, and steatorrhea is one of the malabsorption syndrome which affect the iron absorption. Let us see the disease states of iron. Iron causes various diseases as iron deficiency anemia, hemosiderosis, and hemochromatosis. Let's see first iron deficiency anemia. Iron deficiency anemia is mostly occurs in growing children, adolescent girls, pregnant and lactating women. It is characterized by microcytic hypochromic anemia with reduced blood hemoglobin levels. This is the most prevalent nutritional disorder world over. Several factors contribute to the iron deficiency and includes inadequate intake, defective absorption of iron, chronic blood loss, repeated pregnancies, and hookworm infection. This is also noted that strict vegetarians are more prone for iron deficiency anemia. This is mainly because vegetarian foods contain various inhibitors for iron absorption. Accumulation of excessive iron in the body in the form of ferritin or hemosiderin is known as hemosiderosis. It is commonly observed in a patient receiving repeated blood transfusion over the years in the conditions like hemolytic anemia and hemophilia. Another disease is hemochromatosis. This is rare disease in which iron is directly deposited in the tissues. This produces a condition that known as bronze diabetes. It is sometimes accompanied with hemosiderosis. Bronze pigmentation of the skin, cirrhosis of liver, pancreatic fibrosis are the manifestation of this disorder. If you like this video, then do not forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends. Till then, happy learning. Bye bye.